a wide range, although I like the word swath better. It's so swathy of topics and types of NFTs on today's show. We're going to take a trip to the upcoming Niftyville. Imagine Grand Theft Auto and Second Life and NFTs had a baby and came together. So we're going to talk about that. We've got nostalgia that I cannot wait to tap into, and we're going to see some happy little hairdos, and then we are going to join the folks from Tonic Labs to discover what they're doing on a chain that you may be unfamiliar with, but you should be familiar with. It's myself and my son Zach here for episode number 105 of the Nifty Show. Let's go.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Zach are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Zach say this will blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.
That still cracks you up, huh, Zach? You see that little...
It's really surreal.
There's a great app that everybody should download. It is not my app, but it is called, Find the App.
It's Wombo, right?
Nope. It's called Reface.
Reface. Okay.
Reface. And basically you could take a picture that you got of anybody and you put music and it makes them sing along to the song, and it's hilarious. And you could send it to your friends and family or post them online, and people they'll die laughing. And then you'll be responsible for killing them. What's that?
Very uncanny valley.
You are beyond eyeballs deep. You are dice deep in putting together the final pieces of Draco dice, aren't you?
Yes, the final pieces are sliding into place, and it'll be in Atomic's hands soon, and it's hard to believe that we're just days away.
Mm-hmm. Very exciting. The momentum behind Draco Dice is building. We're going to go in depth on it on next week's show. Zach is going to be one of our guests. He's going to interview himself. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to go really deep on Draco Dice. But for now, go to dracodice.com, DRACO dice.com, and join the Discord. People are getting free promotional dice. They're getting them free for being part of the community, and the starting prices for them on the secondary market are already over $20. These are free dice that you're going to be able to play in the game. So, and you're still giving those away, right?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get this party started. Those of you watching on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, or should I say Meta, or whatever silly name Mark Zuckerberg has come up with, or wherever you're watching, please share. If you want us to see comments, then you need to watch on YouTube, because I can't have my eyes in all places at all times. Nifty.Show /YouTube is where that is broadcasting. But our friends at Onessus, the creators of Hodl God, the game that is a wax-based game, and the When staking platform and the Void token, have announced a new game that's coming out soon. And it really is, I guess, the love child of Grand Theft Auto and like a Second Life, metaverse, and NFTs. We've got Floyd King here from Niftyville. Floyd, welcome, good sir, to the Nifty Show. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure to come on and hang out. And I love the analogy you use, that it's kind of a mashup of Grand Theft Auto meets NFTs meets play to earn, and this kind of beautiful metaverse that we call Niftyville, where you can truly be whoever or whatever you want to be.
I think to kick things off, we've got the trailer from Niftyville to show, and let's go ahead and roll that, take a look at it, and that'll give everybody a good feel of what you're up to.
Yeah, let's do that.
To Niftyville, the first ever NFT MMO game based on the real world.
Again, the audio is playing.
Get together with friends, start your own business, or just hang out and explore. Participate in action-packed server-wide events, or embark on smaller adventures with fellow Niftians. You make the rules. Open up a shop, earn exclusive NFTs, and generate passive income. Redeem NFTs for their real-life equivalent. Discover various in-game vehicles, weapons, and dress in your NFTs. Whatever you choose, whether it's selling or buying, socializing or gaming, who will you be in Niftyville? Build your legacy.
You know, anytime a comparison to Grand Theft Auto is made, especially in this context of a gaming world where Grand Theft Auto Online, as part of Grand Theft Auto 5, has captured enormous sums of revenue, and it has become a cultural touchstone in the modern gaming era, I'm really keen to see exactly how much of that you have managed to build up in this new version that actually integrates true ownership.
Yeah, so we've kind of gone to town. I mean, we've built a 12-kilometer squared open world, which is going to feature approximately 750 properties. There'll be 13 points of interest, so cities and towns and other cool things. The NFT real estate, you'll be able to earn a yield income. So, for example, if you have a car dealership business, you will earn a yield of playable in-car NFTs, which you can either use for yourself or sell to other players. So we have this massive world ready to go, and then we're going to have different game modes. So we're planning kind of demolition derbies, hitman modes, all sorts of different things. So the possibilities for this are really endless, which is the most exciting thing. And then, you can see the Lambo there. We're tokenizing a real Lamborghini based on our Lamborghini sales. So whoever has the most amount of those NFTs, we're shipping you out a Lambo. It's really exciting. We're super excited to finally premiere it. To give people kind of context, we've been working on this since February. So this is, we got almost 9 months into developing this game already. So to finally be able to come out and talk to it about people is truly exciting.
I love the vibe of it, the feel of it, right? Grand Theft Auto it's not quite realistic yet in terms of how it looks, but they've gotten so much closer to being photorealistic. And this still has, more of an inviting, cartoony type feel. It reminds me of, I don't know, probably 15 years or so ago, the Simpsons brand had a GTA-like game, and I loved it. Hit and run. That was it.
Yeah, man, I loved that game.
I played the crap out of it. Collect all the coins, crash through stuff, be Homer, don't get donuts. It was just a super lot of fun. And I think that's, you don't have to be photorealistic to be fun. I think if anything, Minecraft has taught us that, right? Blocks. And it's still super fun. So why Ethereum for this?
So we're going to be using Ethereum for the primary sales. And then I will also be using some Polygon for some of the stuff as well. But we will also be bridging things back into Wax by creating duplicate counterparts. We're working on a bridge there. So you'll still be able to use the when staking Wax utility. Ethereum, we just felt like was a good fit for the game. Obviously, there's a huge market over there. A lot of people are familiar with Ethereum already, so we want to move over and get acquainted as well.
I have to, just as a point of reference, put this up. I just found a video on YouTube of hit and run, and I've got the audio off here, but it was so great. This makes me want to kind of go download it again. Let me see if I can find a place where he's driving. Yeah. And just smash. There's missions on it.
Yeah. It's like you said, like things don't have to be photorealistic to be a fun game. I mean, something like that is one of the funnest games I've ever played. But it's super cartoony, but that has its own appeal in itself. Man, I'm getting so nostalgic watching this.
I know, right? Race the Nerd. Zach, did you play this?
I did not, but I sure as hell have played a ton of open world games, a lot of open world driving games. So this sort of style is right up my alley. And in terms of actual gameplay, I am curious as to a few things. One being, the way that typical open world games like this will handle player loads is through a sort of organic, agile lobby distribution system where only so many players will fit into a lobby. But because it is this big open world, people can drop in and drop out. So is that something that you've integrated into Niftyville, or is it more a lot of people compile into a single instance?
Yeah, so it's going to be a huge, large open map, and everybody will be within this map. And the intention for the game is for it to be very social. So once you actually get into the game, you'll be able to see that if you come up close to a fellow Niftian, you'll be able to interact with them. So we want it to be social. We want everyone to be together. And kind of our whole thing is you can be whatever you want to be. So, I mean, if you want to go be a gun shop owner and sell gun NFTs for people to go play missions, you can. If you don't want to spend any money and you just want to drop in and kind of have some fun and mess around and meet some new people, you can. But it will be very social, and we do want everybody together as part of the gameplay.
I want to be an NFT merchant in the game. I want to have an NFT shop. Bob's got his burgers. I want Joel's NFTs. And you can come to my shop and you can get all kinds of NFTs. So you guys also have your own token called Void, and you did a pre-sale here and are still doing it actually for those. If you go to whenstaking.com and click drops, you'll see this right here, this Niftyville exotic whitelist pass. There's only 100 of them, and I can tell here from the one in my wallet that 84 of those 100 have been minted now. I kind of bought this, even though there's a description here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm even getting, but just because I know you guys are so reputable, I bought it pretty much sight barely seen. I don't know what the damn thing does, but I know that I spent 10 million Void to get it. So what is this thing, and why should somebody who's watching or listening spend 10 million Void to get one of the 16 remaining exotic whitelist passes?
Yeah, well, I mean, the clue is right on the NFT where it says VIP, but essentially we want to load this up with goodies for everyone who bought it. So not only will you get early access to the exotic car sale, if you buy 3, you'll get a 4th one for free. And then we'll also send out 2 free NFTs that we're going to mint through Polygon for the exotic cars as well. And this is kind of just the start here. So you'll get a couple free NFTs. You're going to get exclusive access to whitelisting. And you're also, if you buy 3, you'll get a 4th one for free. And then this is, we will probably add some more. Without saying too much, I think we'll probably end up adding some more goodies down the road as well.
Right. I mean, holding this should be like a long-term thing, that if you picked up one of these 100s, it's like a charter membership type thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we fully understand at Onassis that 10 million Void is obviously quite a bit of money. It's a lot of tokens. So we're definitely not here to leave anyone high and dry after they've made a large investment with us.
I'd like to highlight that there's actually only 15 of them left because I've just snagged number 85.
Oh, I knew you would, Zach. I knew the moment you saw it. Like, it's a great looking NFT to begin with, but these days, anything that brings a membership and access, it really makes sense because it's for a car, and of course cars are started with keys, but I really see NFTs as being these boxes that you could put anything into, and if you own the right NFT, it unlocks the box and all of the different things that could flow out from it.
Yep. Unlimited potential of NFTs. That's the beautiful thing about them, right? So
I'm looking at the market now. I'm curious to see how much 10 million Void is in wax. I'm typing that in and looking at the market here, and it looks like 10,100,000 is about 7,095 wax. And wax is currently about 32 cents. So that's $2,270 for one of these. Like, that's a down payment on the car itself.
Something like that. I have a very challenging question to ask, since I'm so invested in games like games in this genre. I've spent I want to say 600 or 700 hours in Grand Theft Auto 5, and most of that has been online because I loved all of the online features that they had. And of course, one of the things that Grand Theft Auto Online is reputable for is having a cheater epidemic. Now, that's without a play to earn incentive, lots of people screwing up the experience for others. So, I'd like to ask what your plans are for curbing attempts at cheating in Niftyville.
Yeah, so we have a very experienced dev team behind us that's working on it. Um, I mean, we think we have the security lockdown ready to go. I mean, obviously, we will always be, um, reviewing our policies and trying to see if there's anything we can find if people are trying to cheat the system. Um, that's kind of a tough question to answer, like you say, because I can't predict what people are going to try and pull. But I do have faith in our dev team, that they've gone through and triple checked everything. And I mean, we're not a small operation. It's not one or two guys, putting this together. It's, 10 or 12. So there's lots of eyes on this, but to be honest with you, Zach, we'll have to take it one step at a time. And as something comes up, we will constantly work and make sure the user experience is as the best it can be.
And to that
Excellent.
end, I really look forward to seeing how that bears out.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Floyd, appreciate you coming on today. As you can see now, there are only 15 of those 100 exotic whitelist passes available. For me, I'm not a NFT advisor, but I bought one. I see them as an investment. I believe in these guys. And if you got the void to drop on it, then maybe consider picking one up. You go to whenstaking.com, and once you're here, this is the home, which they've got this whole staking platform for all their different stuff. We're going to talk about this one in a minute. Go to drops, and you'll see right here the exotic pass that you can drop. Thanks, Floyd. Keep us posted on Niftyville, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on, and I'll talk to you later.
Right on. Zach, I so knew that you were going to pick one of those up. Knew it, and I knew it, and I knew that I knew it, and looking forward to this. So before we bring our next guest on, I want to talk briefly about this drop that happened today. This is the first appearance of Garbage Pail Kids on Wax since, I guess, the Food Fight drop, and the first appearance on Wax since they moved MLB and Godzilla to the Avalanche chain.
Yeah, I definitely have mixed feelings on this. On one hand, they're trying to go with the generative angle because they have, what was it, 10,000 unique one of ones that can be minted, and they're all based on combinations of sort of a small all-star selection of Garbage Pail Kids characters. But how is this sale performing so far?
So I think it's underperforming. Basically, this is just a little toy you can play with here. There's 100,000 different combinations, and you could see what they look like here. This is if it generated all atom bombs for one of the 10,000. This is what it would look like, and there'd probably be the most valuable one in the set. But you can see there's Atom Bomb, Dead Ted, Mad Mike, Nasty Nick, TV Stevie, and Rappin' Ruth. And you're going to get some combination of these when you buy a Nifty Kids pack. You could see here they've been for sale for a while. They haven't sold 2,000 yet. It's about 1,800 of them. And they're 329 wax, which is, $100 in change. They came out of the gate with some problems. There were some problems with the actual site here. I discovered that if you clicked the Atomic deal, it launched Atomic Hub, and you could actually buy them right here, and it went through without any problem. But anybody who was buying through the site here, Rare Drop, was having issues. And then what happened after that is people discovered, and I bought a bunch of these, by the way. I bought a bunch. People discovered that, I'll click on this one right here, okay, that the attributes in the description were not matching the picture. So the body is not Dead Ted. The head is not Atom Bomb. The eyes are Nasty Nick. The mouth is not TV Stevie. That's Atom Bomb's mouth. So there are a series of rare ones now that are out there. They fixed it. And any new ones that are opened since then, like you can see this one I opened since then to test it myself. Dead Ted Body, TV Stevie Head, Dead Ted Mouth, so they're right now. But what they did is for everybody who opened one with the wrong attributes, I opened 4. Look at this. 4 new packs showed up here in my account.
You have those on top of what is basically an organic misprint.
Correct. So I have 4. I have 4 misprint ones. In fact, I put one up for sale, and now I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to sell it because those are a little more rare than the ones that are actually accurate.
Yeah, I opened one of mine because I bought a few because I saw that there were some benefits for hodlers of the actual one of ones, and then I figured, okay, I'll grab a couple and just hodl them for a long time and resell them later. But I don't know all the characters by heart, so I'll have to look at mine to see if it is also a misprint. But that whole concept of incorrect attribute details, that is like the nightmare. And I can speak to this personally because I've been spending hundreds of hours in Excel and Photoshop to make sure that the attributes for thousands of assets are 100% immaculate, because I don't want something like this to happen. It's so hard because there's so much opportunity for human error, whether you're using automation or not.
Can I just say I've opened 6 so far. Look how many TV Stevie heads I've gotten.
Oh, wow.
5 of my 6 have the TV Stevie head on them, and I'm not happy about it. I'm like, enough with the TV already. Can we get some other things in there?
There's nothing good on anyway.
Yeah. If you want to check them out, go to raredrop.io. The sale goes for another, what was it here? Let's see. I
believe it's 48 hours total. So
I think it's 48 hours total. So I'm assuming that they will burn whatever's left at the end. So there might not be 10,000 of these.
You're assuming that?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that, because typically the sale ends and that's it. I mean, this is how long you can buy them for. It ends, then it's over.
Topps has been very unpredictable in how they've approached blockchain concepts. So blockchain projects. So I suppose we'll have to see what they do.
Yes, we will. Zach, in the 90s, in between DJing and working a job, I used to watch Bob Ross on PBS, and I painted along with Bob because he taught me how to make happy little clouds. And you take your brush and you ever so gently. And you remember I had a bunch of paintings. And
I do remember. And I remember his therapeutic VHS presence.
Yes.
How incredibly soothing he was to watch, and how he had a knack for enabling people who did not think that they were capable of painting, to create beautiful landscapes.
He taught a lot of people how to paint, including yours truly. And if we could pull this up here, you could actually see I minted some NFTs and I animated them. I took the original canvases that I believe were 24 by 18. And this is a Bob Ross that I then used an app to animate. And we dropped these to Nifty Box members. Here's my winter cabin one.
Look at this Joel Com original.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we have with us the creator of Happy Little Hairdos, a 10,000 NFT generative launch on the Ethereum blockchain. And I think Bob Ross is actually here with us right now. He's channeled anyway through JJ. JJ, what's happening, brother?
Howdy there, internet people. Welcome to the joy of minting. Thanks for having me, guys. I get up on sometime. I'm not going to wear it the whole time, but
why not? Please leave. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
My fro it's too hot in that fro. I don't know how Bob did it, man. I don't know how he did it.
You broke the illusion.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. And that's amazing. Your work is awesome, dude. That's super cool. That's awesome that you minted them as well. I love that.
And people liked them. It was like, okay, my quote unquote art is somehow appreciated by people, and I thought that was kind of unusual in and of itself. But hey, we'll take it. There's one more here. I'll show you. This is you got some mighty, majestic mountains, right? Although I when I say mighty, I'm using, what was the guy's name? Alexander. That was the German painter who would.
Bill Alexander.
Alexander would take his mighty brush and he would use his mighty brush to, and he would be very demonstrative and push it into the canvas. So yeah.
It's so crazy that you showed the little metaverse thing that we want to build for this project as well. And it's Alexander Bill's Artcade. You can see it right there, just a little bit to the right, because we're going to try and do we're going to do a Pong where it's this super simple stuff. Nothing like Niftyville, which was super badass. I'm a GTA person myself. Like San Andreas is probably the best freaking video game ever made. I actually, one of the Bob attributes has a Grove Street for Life hat. So I'm definitely all in on Niftyville. I got to check that out. But the arcade, we're going to do like a Pong where it's the paddles are actually the canvas going up and down, and Bob's head will bounce back and forth between the two canvases for the Pong variant. But yeah, man, this, it's been a crazy year just in general. Like I've been an artist since I was 9, 10 years old. I told my mom I wanted to go to the American Academy of Art in Chicago. She was like, go for it. Bob was one of the first paintings I ever tried to do, is painting along with him as a kid. That was the last time I tried to paint with him until this project, actually. But yeah, this year has been crazy for me. Like I was nominated for Best Traditional Artist turned NFT artist for NFT NYC. I didn't win it, but it was, it's an honor to be nominated with 4, titans in the space. And I've got 3 exhibits for NFT NYC, got some stuff coming up with Art Basel. And I'm actually sponsoring an event in Times Square as Happy Little Hairdos, because we had a sold out pre-sale. And with that, some of those resources, like I can start developing back into the community. And so we got an event in Times Square with my guy Arts, and basically we're going to do the reveal live from the event for this next batch that we're doing here, because we're launching tomorrow, 4:51 p.m. It's Bob Ross's birthday tomorrow, so being that I want to cement his legacy even further onto the blockchain with this parody collection of 10,000 Happy Little Hairdos, couldn't think of a better date to do it.
Zach, look at this one. This one here on the site, this NFT is about 75% hairdo, right? It's just.
So that's one of the parts of the project. I've got a t-shirt that I did. So I started this in 2014, and I did the original illustration, and you can see that on the site and everything. It's actually a big part of the project. So if you look at the original there, that is going to be raffled off essentially at the end of the project. And once we complete it, I'm going to actually mint that as a 1-of-1 NFT. And one of the owners of a Happy Little Hairdo is going to win the original. And if you look at the bottom, you can see there's a colored pencil in there. Yeah. So it's called the Genesis pencil. It's actually a super rare trait that appears in the collection too. I have that pencil in Bob's mouth. So it's like super meta. The notion that this physical piece from 2014 that I wanted to make a coffee table book called Happy Little Hairdos has now come into the digital space. But it's like that pencil was the pencil that drew that original, illustration. So big plans for this thing. The coffee table book is something I want to do still now. I didn't know that there was a term called fidgetal. It's just something that I thought I came up with on my own. But of course, that's how the collective unconscious works, right? But it's going to have AR stuff in the book itself. The tokens are going to be linked in the book. So just say you have a random Happy Little Hairdo, and maybe it's not even worth a lot of money by its rarity traits. If it appears in the coffee table book, it's actually going to appear in the coffee table book with its traits next to it and a QR code. So someone off of the blockchain is going to see this Happy Little Hairdos book and be like, oh, I recognize this. This is a Bob Ross parody. This is fun. They're going to pick it up and say, well, what the hell is this QR code? And scan it. And next thing you know, they're on OpenSea looking at your actual token. And so the plans for me to continue to build this, I want to do this. I want to do 2 Bobs a year in 2022. I'm going to do 2 more Happy Little Hairdos, and they're going to go into like a private collection where they'll be the curated cuts. And those I'll just sell as, individual one-offs. But in volume 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the ones that I do for the year and then go back to the original 10,000 and randomly pull some out. So as I fill out these volumes of the book, I'm always going to keep tapping back into the original 10,000 and the people that got in. So you could buy one this year, and 3 years from now, when the whole world is into NFTs and we're not, hyper crazy nerdy people, and everybody's doing it, then they're going to see this coffee table book that's volume 3, but you might appear in that book, and they won't have a chance to because you were here first. You know what I mean? So I just have so many different things. Like you can see the original back there. This is actually a painting. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's too bright. Okay, yeah, this is a physical painting that also, it's an abstract. Some of the stuff I do when I'm kind of trying to unwind. That's going to be a rare feature in the collection. And then my first time painting along with Bob was this year.
Oh.
And so I did this one, and this one also acts as a rare background that will show up super rare. And I'm going to mint this as a 1-of-1 NFT at some point and do the same thing that you're doing actually with yours.
I noticed a couple very interesting things about this project. One is on the About page, you have some very unexpected incarnations of the man himself, including a slightly unnerving Scorpion Ross from Mortal Kombat and a Macho Man Bobby. How did you decide what characters he was going to be crossed over with to produce this?
Nah, the part of it is just like my sense of humor and the puns that end up coming up. Like you could see my shirt here. It's the Fromo. I say the Fromo is real all the time. We call people in the Happy Little Hairdo crew Fromies. The Frode map, so part of it is the pun and what comes to me. But mostly, honestly, these are things, like I said about that GTA variant. These are things that are important to me. Growing up as a kid, Back to the Future, you can see the Marty and the Doc, and actually those are going to work as charity tokens. So what I want to do is, if I can increase the value of this this collection, I'm holding on to the Marty. So when the collection goes, I want to sell the Marty and give the profits from that token to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. The one above it, you can see the bald one. I didn't know this, but Bob actually died of lymphoma when he was 52. I found out a lot of this stuff as I was working on this project. Super young, but he died without any hair. So it's like his afro was kind of a prison to him in a way, because he didn't get to choose what he wanted to do. Once his brand took off, he was arrested, which is part of why I'm doing a parody on it. But when I did the bald token, like the drawing for it, essentially back in 2014 when I first started this thing. And I just thought it was cool. And I thought it was a great way to make Bob be the canvas, which it actually triggers as the derivative key too. So like most of these, I don't give derivative license to artists like a lot of these 10,000 projects do. But if you get a bald Bob, you actually do have derivative rights.
Bald benefits, I see right here. If you get
the bald benefits token, right there. Yeah,
you get something extra. By the way, I love the sense of humor. I mean, the Frode map. What a great thing. The Frode map. Infinite objects or infinite bobjects.
Yes.
There's Fromo. It's an infographic. I mean, you pulled all the punches on here. By the way, yes. I'm the typo Nazi here, and you have a typo here in coffee. Well, so no I'll charge for that. Yeah, fix
Kofifi. I was going for the Kofifi.
Kofefe. That's what you're going to do. I want to play. We've got a video here because you've got several of them here on your site. But let's take a look at this one right here of the metaverse. Sure. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I did not even notice the bobber shop, even though it is plainly visible on the homepage there. It's so sneaky. But something that you mentioned early on in this segment caught my ear, because you said that that shop that was next door to the bobber shop was going to become another project. And I instantly, that evokes this idea that there's this whole wonderful, cozy little street somewhere in Americana that's going to be full of these shops that have so much character.
Yes, that is absolutely one of the goals. So we're building everything right now. My guy Benny, as you saw on that little trailer, is building everything in Blender, and then we've brought it over to Unreal. So we're gonna have a couple of technical. That's where Niftyville comes in. We need a bobber shop in Niftyville too. Like we gotta talk with you, because you're gonna know more about this than some of this is wild ambition and imagination. But yeah, there's the Fromo Boutique. So the Fromo Boutique, is where you'll be able to pick up. If you get a chance, you can pull up the shirt if you can find it on the site there. The shirt, it references, the reason why I bring it up is because I think it would be in one of those about sections down towards the bottom. But the shirt is like the huge there it is. So that's only going to be available. I'm only going to make 5,000 of these. And I've got one right now. I've got the only one. Actually, it's going to come in. Let me grab this.
The Fromo is real. It's all hair.
It's going to come in this nice little tin. So it's got the bobber shop tin, and that's what that shirt will come in. And I'm only going to make 5,000 of those total. So like half of the collection, and the only people will be able to get them will have keys to the Fromo Boutique, are obviously holders, kind of what you were talking about before, Joel, just like the notion of creating kind of clubs and that
keys
whole kind
to
of
the
thing.
Fromo Kingdom. Now, Zach, we spoke earlier offline, and there's a lot of these generative projects that are just not impressive. I have a feeling that you see this as being, like I do, super creative and unique.
Obviously, the extra mile has been gone here, especially when physical fulfillment is already on the table, when the long-term plans include other projects that are going to build on not just this concept of this corner of the metaverse, but also on the value of these tokens that I'm starting to feel a little bit of FOMO on. Yeah, it's so critical that these generative projects are looking for creative ways like what's going on here in order to stand out from the crowd, as opposed to merely participating in a more low effort, high dilution part of the market. This is something special, clearly.
The Fromo is real. Well, JJ, we certainly wish you the best with it. HappyLittleHairdos.com is the website, dropping October the 29th. It is the 28th as we're live. So the show goes out the 28th. Those of you who subscribe and get the show downloaded to your podcast player and listen quickly, you're more likely to not miss these drops. And so I think that you've got a hit here, JJ, and we wish you the best.
Thank you so much. I've put a lot of hours and time into it, so I'm glad it resonates and you guys are seeing it. And like you said, the physical fulfillment, I've already sent Fromo shirts from here to India, France, Canada, and back again. So it's like we're already getting into places. So I appreciate you guys. In fact, we'll have to connect. I got some more shirts for you guys too.
Oh, fantastic.
I love shirts.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, Zach, guess who is about to make a guest appearance on this show?
Who is about to make a guest appearance on the show?
Well, Sir Lord Travis is back, and he's back because we talked with the guys at Internet Computer, and we are launching a new variation set of Series 1 of Blockchain Heroes on November 12th on a marketplace that is on the Internet Computer blockchain called Entrepot. And we had an opportunity to speak with the guys, actually one guy, Bob Butterly, at Tonic Labs, that has created the marketplace on Internet Computer. And we pre-recorded that. We're going to roll that for you guys right now. Check this out. This is NFT stuff you are probably not aware of, and you need to be. This wasn't going to be on the Nifty Show anymore. That was great.
I don't remember that. Well, we fired Zach already, and I'm back.
That's not true. Well, it's true that you're here. because the reason you're here is because recently we did an interview with Dominic Williams over at Internet Computer, and you and I were absolutely fascinated with ICP and the power of true decentralization. And he introduced
Well, I've
us.
always been a fan of the Insane Clown Posse. I mean, they got some great music, really solid.
Different ICP, but good. He
Oh, that's
introduced
true. That's true. Oh, wait. So I don't know what we're talking about here. I thought this dude was going to be a clown.
And Travis is off the Nifty Show again. He introduced us to the team at Tonic Labs, TONIQ labs.com. These guys are building D-apps on Internet Computer, no relation to the Insane Clown Posse. And we're so intrigued with it that we are going to be releasing a special edition of Blockchain Heroes as NFTs on ICP on one of the sites developed by Tonic Labs. And here today we have the Chief NFT Officer with Tonic, Bob. Is it Bodily or Bodilly?
Yeah, Bodily, although Bodilly has a nice ring to it.
I like Bodilly. Bodilly, dilly, 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 dilly.
It is good, Bob Bodilly.
How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, really happy to be here. Excited to talk all things NFT.
You guys are leading the way on some cutting edge tech on ICP. So maybe give us a quick interview of Tonic Labs, and I'm going to share your site here with the viewers so they can get the lowdown and the skinny.
Yeah, so we have a number of different initiatives going on right now. If you scroll down a little bit on the website, yeah, keep going. We have the Rise of the Magni. It's a tile-based strategy game, all running on chain right now. So most apps, they'll have a front end that runs on some other centralized servers because it's just really hard to do a front end on chain. But on the Internet Computer, you can do front end, back end, assets, everything can be on chain. So completely on chain game. All of the characters in the game are NFTs, and we have a headless wallet kind of in the background. So you join the game, you're issued a whole bunch of NFTs, and you play the game with NFTs. And then we're working on a whole bunch of different wearables and consumables, which also will be all NFTs that you'll be able to use in game.
That's awesome. Then, I think you might be the first NFT officer, chief NFT officer. I remember about a year and a half ago or so, I was talking, Joel and I were chatting, and I made a joke about, soon we're going to see somebody who's the chief NFT officer of companies popping up, like new jobs around this. And I think you're the very first chief NFT officer we've encountered.
Yeah, I did some Google searching and I found two people. One was a joke because he hates NFTs and was making a play on why NFTs are terrible. And then the other person I think is actually a legit chief NFT officer that I found on Twitter.
Would that be a CNFTO or a CNO?
Definitely CNFTO. It just sounds better.
I like it.
I like it. CNFTO. And you've got some other apps here, which I signed up for a Stoic wallet. Was really easy because I wanted to get some ICP into my wallet, and now it's stored on chain there.
Yeah, so then we've also done our own NFT launch. If you go to entrepot.app, you can see our marketplace. And if you click the marketplace there at the top, you can see we have a whole bunch of different collections right now. This is the Pharaoh collection we just launched, but if you go into, I guess we're showing your wallet address and ICP in here in your wallet.
That's fine. That's fine. I got ICP. I bought some.
Yeah. So here, these are Chronics. So we released Chronics, let's see, it was about a couple months ago. Sold them all for 0.2 ICP each. And it was just the initial release. They've since, like 50x'd. So floor's close to 10 ICP now.
What does that mean up in the upper right corner? NR percent?
Yeah, so NRI is the NFT rarity index. It's like the rarity tools score for this particular chronic. So it looks at all the visual traits and attributes and then gives you its kind of percentile in the collection. All of these chronics also, you can see some of them are wearing hats, some of them have glasses on. These are actually NFTs that you can configure to be added to your chronic. So it's an NFT wearing NFTs.
You can see here which ones sold recently. This one here went for 15 ICP. What's ICP worth right now?
It's like 50, maybe
like
a little
$50.
Less than 50.
This one went for 48. That's a super rare. Look at that, 99.5% on the rarity index, the NRI.
Yep. Yep. The official NRI. You can also see that one has a little pet there off to the bottom left. So you can buy pets separately on the marketplace and equip it to your Chronic. It's just an NFT that can be added.
So then that makes your NFT way more rare, which then you can sell it for way more.
Yeah, it doesn't actually change the NRI. NRI is all about like base traits, but it does add value to your NFT for sure. Yeah. All of these Chronics also have battle stats associated with them that will be used in our upcoming Play to Earn Chronics game. So we have a game we're releasing end of this month where you can actually use these Chronics in a battle game, and you can earn in-game token, and you can use that in-game token to buy Chronics or buy wearables or buy in-game boosts or things like that.
Everyone knows there's only one Chronic, and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg was part of it. So where's Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, we haven't done the special edition Snoop Dogg collection yet, but
Snoop D-O double G NFT for you and me on Intropo with a T. For some reason, it's silent. Don't get violent. Trying to make some rhymes up here. Nifty.Show 2021, baby G.
What have you been smoking today, Trav?
Nothing yet. It's early in the day.
He's just
folks.
high on life. So you guys created this marketplace. You got a bunch of different projects here, and the ICP community is obviously super hungry for these NFTs.
Yep, agreed.
Interesting. So I'm looking at some of these, and I'm like, like this one right here, to me, not exciting. It's interesting in a way, but it's like I can see how more and more properties are popping up on here, and people are getting excited about the opportunity for new content to be populated on this, because the internet computer is such an interesting protocol, and there's just a lot of raving fans that are jumping into the NFT game over there, right?
Yep. Yeah, one really exciting initiative we have coming up, we have some 3D NFTs being released. And you'll actually be able to go in, like there will be a model viewer, which is like a way to view a 3D model. So you'll actually be able to drag and drop and like view your 3D NFT as a model, rather than just kind of the MP4, animations you'll see on OpenSea. So it'll be like a true 3D model, entire thing minted on chain. It's really hard to do this otherwise. I mean, most people are offloading assets on the IPFS or something like that.
Most assets are on IPFS because they want that to stay around for a long time. But this right here is on ICP. They are on chain. They are on the ICP protocol. So if IPFS went down and was hacked, these would not go down.
Correct. And there are benefits to being able to interact.
I just bought that guy right there. I'm like, oh, rarity 45%. He's only 0.9 ICP. This is right now. You just witnessed me buying my first NFT on ICP.
Very nice.
We need to take a
VR too. So that's fancy. It's a VR Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to clip this and take that snippet, and we need to sell that video as an NFT, because it's the first time you bought an NFT on the IC. We could do some meta NFT sale with that.
Oh, we're gonna leave that in the show here, that we're even talking about this. We will do that. We'll take this clip and we will turn that into an NFT. And then somebody's going to take a clip of that and go, yeah, but I took a clip of Joel's clip where he's getting that first NFT.
But then Joel's going to sell it for 100x and be like, I'm going to sell it for 900 ICP, 1000x. Go for it, brother.
So you guys are working on some other stuff too. This is the NFT marketplace. And, as we mentioned, we're going to be releasing Blockchain Heroes Series 1 redo with new variations that were not in the first set on Entrepot. It is very, very lovely. I'm going to sell my NFTs on Entrepot on November. What happened to
the T? Why is it silent?
The T is silent because we're French. We're Entrepot.
Okay, lovely. That sounds so great.
But you guys are working on other stuff too. So tell us some of the fun things you guys got going on.
Yeah, so one of the things we really want to dive into is how can we take advantage of the unique affordances of an NFT and use it to solve problems that we're experiencing right now on the internet. So not just a generative set of 10K profile pictures that I might or may not build a game around. We wanted to tackle some just different industry type projects. So let me give you a few examples of this. One is, I call it a cross-platform creator NFT. So the idea is you give your community permission to mint any of your content anywhere as an NFT based on the URL. So if I tweet on Twitter, you can take the Twitter URL, you can go to my app, you can put the URL in, paste in a snippet of content and mint an NFT. And it's gonna, give it a nice background, give it a nice font, but you're gonna own that NFT of my content, and maybe price doubles every time someone purchases a unique URL. So this supports a creator because now I have a way to monetize my content across platforms. It could be Twitter, it could be YouTube, it could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn. It could also be any kind of like Web3 social media solution like Discover on the internet computer or District. So now anyone can make my content as NFTs, and so I can get paid regardless of wherever I'm putting my content.
So somebody can say, here's my Instagram photo, and somebody's like, oh damn, that was nice, and they can turn that in. Like I made a funny meme and somebody liked it and they took it and said, all right, I'm going to recreate this as an NFT, and then I'm going to get a portion of that. How does that happen? Because you don't have access to my wallet address.
Yeah, so this app essentially requires you to log in with something like Stoic Wallet Connect or Plug. And that's like saying I'm going to auth with my wallet. So when they mint, they actually need to have a wallet. So they'll log in and then they'll mint and they'll get the NFT sent to their wallet.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at this. But then how do I get mine? Because you just took my content. But I like say Jack Dorsey had something that was funny, and I go, all right, or a tweet. I'm like, screw this guy. I'm making an NFT of it. But how do we know it's not connected to Jack Dorsey? How does he get paid?
Right. So this is creator specific. So every domain, like I would have a bob.creatornfts.com domain, and that's where you would go to mint my NFTs, and I would have my wallet hooked up to that specific subdomain. You gotta
opt in before people can start minting your content.
Yep.
Okay.
Which makes sense from a copyright perspective. You can't just go and mint people's stuff as NFTs without violating copyright.
Well, I can. I'm doing it right now. I'm taking a picture of your face right this minute.
And you're violating copyright, and I'm going to send you a DMCA takedown notice.
We violated Bobby rights.
Bodily rights.
So that's one way to provide support for creators. And then the creator can do access-based NFTs for their site. So they could have like an exclusive access blog only available to people that own 10 of their NFTs. Or they could do like a sneak peek chat, or you could do a weekly video call only with people that own a certain number of NFTs. So you can start to provide value back to your community based on these like tiers of access, all based on, who's minting your content NFTs. So that's basically the idea, and something we're building right now is kind of an MVP of this content creator solution to see, can we fund content development more effectively using this cross-platform NFT idea, and can we enable the creator to provide tons of value to their community via these access-based NFTs.
See, that is a unique approach that's doable because of the way ICP works, right?
Exactly. To mint an NFT on ICP, it's like fractions of a cent. So gas fees basically non-existent. The internet computer has a reverse gas model. So developers are paying cycles costs, which is just paying for computation. But I know someone that minted like 10,000 NFTs and facilitated thousands of marketplace transactions and paid, I don't know, like $10 or $20 for it. And so compared to at least costs on Ethereum, substantially less. From a
Suck it, Vitalik.
So let me ask you this then, since it costs such a low amount to mint NFTs, are people able to sort of do promotional NFTs specifically to wallets and to drop them? Because it's like, all right, here's say 5,000 people own ICP NFTs. Could you then just do a nice drop to all those addresses? Yep. Cool, something that's not spammy, but something that's cool because it's fractions of a penny to drop. You can easily market on ICP, it would seem.
Yep. Yeah. So there are a number of drops that have already happened like that on the internet computer, where someone will say, I want to target chronic holders, and we're going to do a wearable airdrop. So basically every chronic holder gets 2 of these unique wearables. Or we've seen someone just create a collection that they wanted to airdrop to all of the kind of early users of a specific app. And so the app was able to collect a list of essentially identifiers and then drop a whole bunch of unique NFTs to that, to those wallets. So definitely an interesting way to market. There hasn't
Think
been
about
a
that,
lot.
folks. If you're trying to launch something on Ethereum, you can't do that. What people are trying to do on that is just, spam people on Discord, which is not necessarily an effective way. We've tried many different approaches to try to connect. And Ethereum, the gas fees are so high. Maybe you can do an L2 where you can kind of market to some people with a secondary kind of a thing. But having that sort of built in with the gas fees being so low, it allows you to be more creative in your outreach and trying to get more people excited about the project you're launching, huh?
Yeah, in fact, we should consider doing that with your launch on the Internet Computer. It could be really cool to do some sort of just a fun, almost like a token or like an emblem or something.
we've
where it's
done
just
that
like,
before on Wax, where we have like promotional cards, and so we'll come up with something, and if you've got the tool where we can airdrop randomly one of maybe 5 different stickers to every wallet that's got at least one NFT in it, that would be a great way to let people know what's coming.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Easy. Done.
Love it. Magical internet.
Money. So are there any other things that you guys are working on at Tonic that you want people to know about before we call it a day?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is, let's see if this, I'm not exactly sure when this will air, but we have our big Gen Zero Chronic sale starting tomorrow.
Oh,
this
well,
is
it'll be after that, so it will have happened already.
Yeah, so it'll go for probably a week. So we might be in the sale right now. Maybe they're sold out, maybe not, but we're selling our Gen Zero Chronics. Gen Zero Chronics are unique because they have infinite breeding abilities. So you can breed a Gen Zero Chronic forever. Cost goes up, but plateaus, and time to delay, essentially like your breeding cooldown, increases, but reaches a max.
How do you buy these? I don't see anything on Entrepot.
Yeah, so the sale starts, it starts tomorrow from when we recorded, but we'll have already started for during this release. But it'll basically be on the Chronic dashboard. So if you go to chronic.toniclabs.com.
Chronic.tonic, baby.
All right, I'm going to pull this up here for all to see. Chronic's got an H in it, right?
Chronic does not have an H, but that is the
CRONIC.
Yeah, CRONIC.
Yeah, there's nothing there right now.
Wait,
I could be wrong. I spelled tonic the right way with the C, and it's with a Q.
Tonic is with a Q.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Tonic with a Q, chronic without an H. Y'all are making this confusing.
These days, we spell everything wrong. Seek, kill, repeat. Oh, okay. So here we go. We're going to authorize.
Oh, that's Joel's favorite. He loves to kill and repeat.
There they are, right there.
So this is where the sale will take place. It's not available yet, but you come here, you'll be able to see the sale. We'll have 30 Chronics listed for sale all at the same time, doing a Dutch auction. So it's going to start at like 30 ICP or something. Every 3 minutes, price will go down. And then some will be more rare than others. Some will go for high prices, some will go for lower prices. And then
there's only 30 of them?
Oh, there's 30 at a time. We're selling 5,000.
Okay. I was going to say, because those will go like that.
Yeah.
We don't like Dutch ovens though.
I got no Chronics. This is sad, Bob. I have an empty Chronic wallet here, but I do.
I got no Chronics either.
I do have. Let's see, where was it? Where's my wallet on here? In the marketplace? Yes, I can.
Yeah, you should be able to see.
I have right here my first tut is it's loading. It better show up right there. He is.
Yeah, there it is.
IC tut.
I like how most of the tuts have like 1980s grandpa glasses. They're good. Those are the kind of glasses like my mom got me whenever I was like in grade school and high school to make sure that I did not have any she didn't get any grandkids when I was in high school. You help repel the ladies.
Tonic Labs with a Q.com is a place to go to, building the future with blockchain. Bob, we're looking forward to working.
No, their
with
website's
you.
igpuu.waaa.qaaa.qaava.day.
Hey, Zach, get in here, and I'm kicking Travis out right now. Looking forward to launching Blockchain Heroes on ICP through Entrepot. I'm not going to be able to stop saying it like this, though. It's going to be Entrepot.
It's because you're very fancy.
I am very fancy.
Maybe the fanciest. I'm not sure. I'll put it very, very close to the top.
November 12th, big Blockchain Heroes Series 1 redo on entrepot.app. And if that didn't persuade you that Internet Computer is something worth looking at, I don't know what will. We expect the series to sell out very quickly, and really excited about some new variations and really a different look to the whole set, which I think the ICP community is really going to enjoy.
They have a lot of great people over there too. There's been some cross-contamination as ICP people have been coming and hanging out in the Draco Dice Discord, and they've been a very positive contribution to the good vibes that are going on there.
Nice. Cross-pollinate. I like that because, like, what did you say first?
I said cross-contamination.
Contamination.
It's all a contagion. You know, it's all viral. These are
right.
This is a mind virus space that we're operating in.
Mm-hmm. So watch for that. We'll, of course, be talking more about that. And if you want to learn what else is happening in the Blockchain Heroes Megaverse, including the massive December 15th Blockchain Heroes Retro Rebellion launch that's coming up, then you might want to join our Hero Discord, Hero HQ. Go to discord.gg/Hero HQ. We expect that to be blowing up here as we approach Retro Rebellion. This set is unlike anything that the Wax ecosystem has ever seen before, and you can learn more there. Also super innovative, coming up on Saturday, we had Mark Skeppy on last week to talk about Sneaker Wars, and we are part of this because there are some redone Blockchain Heroes cards that also have cool sneakers in this series that is launching on Solana on Saturday at 4 p.m. UTC. You know, only in the NFT world would somebody who's lived in America their whole life start referring to UTC time, because that seems to be the standard now for the NFT space.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy how typically as Americans we default to thinking that the majority of people that we're talking to are American. But I've been looking at the entries in the sweeps that we're doing in Draco Dice. I'm not trying to bring it back to Draco Dice over and over. This is just where my personal experience is coming from.
Right.
And the people who are a part of the community are all over the world. And it's not even weighted in any specific area. There's people in the Middle East, people in Asia, people in Africa. This is a global phenomenon.
Everybody likes the NFTs. Go to Sneaker Wars, snkrwars.com, and join their Discord. This thing, I think, is going to be a huge drop on Solana on Saturday. It may be the first pack drop on Solana, and it's priced right. Often you see stuff drop on Solana they're generative, and it is anywhere from 2 to 4 SOL for one NFT. For Sneaker Wars, you'll buy a pack that has 6 cards in it for 1 SOL and have a chance of getting some super rare stuff, including sneakers like these. There's 10 of each one in the set that are redeemable for actual physical limited edition sneakers. So,
yeah, you know, the phrase "out of this world" is such a common sort of marketing cliche. These shoes are actually out of this world. Like, you want to express yourself, you should look at what's on offer here, because they've got some wild footwear going on.
Oh my gosh, people who are sneakerheads, like if you win one of these and you're walking down the street, people are going to be like, oh, look at that. Look at the sneaks on that. Those are dope. Let's take a quick look here at niftydrops.io to see what's coming up here this week. We've got Quacks NFTs. Those look like those launched. Looks like they launched 5 minutes ago, actually. Those are just happening. We got Tenacious Tigers, Gopher Yell. I don't know about any of these projects, by the way. You can get a piece of a brick.
They're at first I thought it said functional bricks. I was thinking, oh, like Lego. No, they're fractional bricks. They are the opposite of functional. They are broken.
Okay, this is actually really interesting to me, and I'll tell you why. I won't tell you the name, but was speaking with somebody who is connected to a big name in the real estate industry, in the training industry, and I suggested that this person fractionalize one of his buildings as NFTs and sell them. And it looks like these guys have done it. The first NFT to buy real estate with the community hold a fractional piece. So having a brick, I guess, might actually give you a piece of real estate. I'm not sure what the legalities are around that.
It is
Game of Snakes.
Consistent though.
Yeah. The Game of Snakes. Then Digidicks, because we need more dicks as NFTs. I mean, is this something people will line up for, the Digidick Fellowship?
I think that there is a niche of people out there who will be into it.
Okay, fine. There's probably more people that'll be into this one. House of Satan.
How many different ways can you render Lucifer? They are answering this question. What's the number of unique NFTs they've got there?
6,666.
Of course it is. Why didn't I guess that? Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, there they are. I mean, look at this. The Bible's on fire, and Satan is wearing all kinds of interesting stuff. Wow.
Demonic.
Extremely demonic. Okay. So there's that. Let's see what else we got here.
Here's a thing that exists.
Soldiers NFTs, humans of the effing future. What's that?
Did you skip one?
Did I skip one? I don't know.
No. Okay. No. Sorry.
There's so many. And this is just one of the sites, right, that show what's coming. Sea Demons, the Golden Heist, cute NFT cats. There you go.
The Golden Heist. Is that a generative project too? Because it doesn't sound like one.
You're a thief looking to rob Layla Gunter. Find your way to the vaults and rob up to 400 ETH. It's on Polygon. Apparently, you need a mint pass to get one. So if that's interesting to you, then go check that out. And I'm just going to go to the end of the month here. There's Sneaker Wars listed for Halloween, October 31st. Lambo Diamond Hands Club. There's Leatherfaces. So, okay, it's listed for Halloween. Maybe that's a mint pass. But John from Ultra Rare will be on next week's show to talk about Leatherfaces.
And kudos to them for scoring the licensing on that. That's a big deal.
Lolpops, Lost Avatars, the Beard Gangland. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Who doesn't want a meta girlfriend? Why have a real girlfriend when you can have a meta girlfriend?
I don't want a meta girlfriend.
More dicks.
More.
The Family Phallus Planet. FAP.
Those are chodes.
These Trumplicans. So you can have some MAGA NFTs. You little hissing cats. Oh my gosh. Neand Nation for all the Neanderthals. Rancid Royalty. Those are kind of fun. A little South Park-ish to it. Ballers. This is our friends at NFT Genius and Kurt Braggett are part of this set here with degenerative basketball players. And looky there. I think that's a good note to close on. I didn't know that we necessarily had shown up yet. So Draco Dice is there on NiftyDrops.io. Thanks, Nifty Drops, guys. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's. I think we're going to call it a show because I don't know what else to call it.
It is a show.
Thanks for joining me again, Zach. Thanks to all of you for joining us. I'm going to see if you can end the show right this time.
Keep it thrifty.
Oh, that's so close. That's so close. But if you're on a budget, keep it thrifty. Yep. Otherwise, keep it nifty.